A lot of you are concealed carry permit holders, and some of you live in states that constitutional carry, open carry, permitless carry, whatever you want to call it. And then there's others of you that may live in the 9 states in the United States of America that either don't offer that up or it's highly restrictive.
Yeah, what is it? New York, they basically were trying to, and maybe they even got it passed finally. You could go ahead and get your concealed carry because the Supreme Court finally said you have to allow it. So they basically then said, okay, well, the entire, pretty much the entire state of New York is now a what do they call it? A gun-free zone. But there's another term that they use to where you're still not allowed to carry it. It's ridiculous.
So yeah, there's a lot of crap being set up. A lot of myths. I'll just put it that way. A lot of myths that your libtard friends might bring up to you that having all these guns in public spaces is just a horrible risk of danger.
It's the wild. Could be the Wild West.
Could be the wild. That's something they say in here.
Yep.
So just real quick before I get into some myths, your states that have either a no carry law or a maybe highly restrictive to the point, I don't even know how you can get some of these, like New York. I've heard of stories of what they have to go through to get one, and it's even if they are being considered as maybe you're a past law enforcement officer or something like that, the wait time is years in order to get it. It's just ridiculous. So California, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, and Washington D.C. are the uglies, and Hawaii, I'm sorry, are the uglies here. So there are, let me find it here. There are, fill in, I'm trying to find how many concealed carry, oh, here we go. Concealed carries in the last 4 years have doubled in the United States. So the numbers have gone up extremely high here over the last 4 years, and the myths, because of this, the leftists are like all up in arms about it, so they're throwing out all these myths. Myth number 1, concealed carry laws increase crime. The fact is that gun homicides were 10% higher in states with restrictive concealed carry laws compared to ones that had open concealed carry laws. Crime rates involving gun owners with carry license have consistently been about 0.02% of all carry permit holders over time. So only 0.02% of gun crimes are out of concealed carry holders.
I don't know, that sounds like a huge tidal wave to me.
That's so you do the math.
Wow.
Specifically, Florida, when they passed their concealed carry law, the homicide rate in Florida dropped 36% to 36%, from 36% above the national average before the concealed carry law, down to 4% below the national average.
Huh? Could it be that maybe if some type of a violent criminal thinks that their victim might not be so easily overwhelmed, that maybe they'll think twice?
Fact. Texas murder rates fell 50% faster than the national average the year after their concealed carry law passed. Rates fell 93% faster after the first year of enactment.
How much?
93% faster.
Wow.
500% faster in the second year after the concealed. So there must have been a couple news stories out there of potential rapists getting popped, and
that would tend to maybe
the criminals started pumping the brakes a little bit.
Yeah, maybe slow their roll a little bit.
Assaults in Texas also fell 250% faster in the second year. The fact is, crime is significantly higher in states without right to carry laws. So that's the bottom line on that. Myth: right to carry laws increase violent crime 13 to 15. We kind of already worked on that. Oh, here's a good one. Concealed carry permit holders shoot police. That's a myth that the lefties are throwing out there.
Okay.
The Violence Policy Center started listing instances of CCW holders shooting police. From May 2007 through November 2009, they recorded 9 police deaths, 3 and 1 mass killing, by a whack job using an AK-47. So that's not even a concealed carry. But
That's what I carry.
do you?
Fits right in my
You pack
waistband.
Very nice.
Wow.
Myth. People with concealed weapons licenses will commit crimes. In Florida, they issued in a 2-year span 1,327,000 permits. They revoked 4,000 of those based on maybe some sort of crime somebody did afterwards, not with the gun, but that's a 0.3% revoke rate.
0.3, okay.
Violent crime rate change it plummeted 30.5% after they got the CCW.
So, but if it could just save one life, that's always what we hear, and it sounds like this
Not
saves
with guns, though,
a lot.
Craig. Not with
okay.
guns. It doesn't count.
I must have missed that little addition there.
People with concealed carry licenses are 5.7 times less likely to be arrested for violent offenses, by a factor of almost 6 less than people that don't carry. People with concealed carry licenses are 13.5 times less likely to be arrested for nonviolent offenses. That's a pretty big factor.
Yeah, it is.
I thought that one was interesting. Let's see here. Concealed guns in bars will cause violence. That's a myth. There has been absolutely no data to support that. They couldn't find anything in this article. CCWs will lead to mass public shootings. Again, something else that they could not tie mass shootings to concealed carry based on geographics and state laws and stuff like that. Myth. People do not need a concealable weapon. I've heard that one a ton. What do you need a gun for? What do you think is going to happen to you?
Well, hopefully nothing.
Right.
I mean, I don't know anyone that's gotten a concealed carry permit. And in Ohio now, where it's constitutional carry, but that's fairly recent. Before that, you had to get a permit. I don't know anyone that was hoping that they would ever have to use it.
Exactly.
I mean, but the thing is, you don't know when you might need it.
You don't have any say in whether it happens to you or not.
Exactly.
Right? So here's a fact that battles that. 80% of gun defenses, the defender uses a concealable handgun. A quarter of the gun defenses occur in places away from the defender's home. So that would be the most likely defense situation, somebody breaking in the house. You hear a lot of stories about that. A lot of the old lady with her AR shoots an intruder or whatever, but a quarter of them are out while you're walking around. So is that a chance you want to take? Are you going to get on a plane that has a 25% chance of crashing?
Well, you got a 75% of not crashing.
So, all right, fact, 77% of all violent crimes occur in public places. This makes concealed carry necessary for almost all self-defense needs. But due to onerous laws forbidding concealed carry, only 26.8% of defense gun uses occurred away from home. So, that goes to your point that you said earlier. If it's a gun-free place or a gun-free zone or a gun-free state, what does that do to the criminal?
Well, it emboldens them.
It emboldens them, and they're going to be more likely to do what they're more likely to criminal, right? Myth. Here's a good one. Police and prosecutors are against concealed carrying by citizens.
I'm sure there's some that are, but
there are some.
Almost every officer that I know, and I know a fair number, they're all for it.
So if I had to tell you 15,000 officers were surveyed for this very question, what percentage of them said, no, I don't want people carrying, and what percentage said, yes, I want the citizenry armed?
And I would say it would have to be a low single digits would say they don't want people carrying.
Give me a number.
3.
9%. So
that's
single digit.
Way higher than I figured it would be still.
91% of these 15,000 officers and prosecutors unabashedly said the armed citizenry is a safe citizenry.
Makes me wonder about that 9%.
Right? Well, I mean, they interviewed people in lefty states too. So
well, okay,
you know what I mean?
That's fair. That's fair.
So I mean, there's going to be people drinking the Kool-Aid. So that's where I'm going to end this one on. Congrats to all of you out there. We have, like I said, doubled the amount of concealed carry or open carry or constitutional carry or permitted carry, concealed carry holders that carry on a regular basis.
Yep.
In the last 4 years, that has doubled. So that makes me feel good.
Yeah, and that's awesome. I'm a firm believer in armed society is a polite society. I mean, let's just face it. Criminals are going to do criminal things, and they only respond to, there has to be a repercussion, because the law isn't going to stop them. So just because something's illegal, that won't stop them. So there has to be some type of deterrent. And if a criminal thinks that the deterrent might actually be their target being able to fight back effectively, that will deter them.
It should. Some it won't. I mean, there's always going to be some that couldn't give a care.
There will be some of that, yes. But, interesting.
All right. Well, that's
good segment.
If you guys have any comments about this or want to share your story, please utilize the comments below, and we'll try to get to you.
I hope you've enjoyed this clip from the Craig's Gun Channel Random Shots program. The program airs Thursdays at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. On Random Shots, we discuss content from ranging anything from preparedness, survival, politics, firearms, basically anything that's 2A related, with sometimes some rabbit trails on things that aren't related at all. If you enjoy this type of programming, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you're notified when we release new content. And if you like it, hit the like button and share us if you would as well. It helps the algorithm and helps the channel grow and helps get our message out. So I guess until next time, stay safe.